Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today. We're going to be taking a look at one of the dungeons reworked in patch 6.3, Baelsar's Wall. Now this dungeon does contain spoilers for the story for Final Fantasy XIV, so if you do not want that, then you may want to skip past the cutscenes and just watch the boss fights for mechanics. Starting off for the trash pulls in here, the mech type units will always tether themselves to one party member, and then they will focus on that party member the entire time, so you can't really generate enmity on them and hold aggro. The range units will stay a little bit further away from you, shooting you with their bow, so you'll want to move towards them to make sure that they're getting hit by all of the AoEs. There will be several circular AoEs along with several cone AoEs that you'll also need to be moving out of. Once the last unit is dead, it'll drop the identification key that you'll have to pick up to access the security terminal. Once you pick up the next group, 2 more sky armors will drop down, tethering themselves to 2 different party members. Again, you'll just focus these down first so that they're not damaging random party members. Once these units are dead, then another identification key will be dropped to access the next security terminal. Now shortly into the first boss fight, he'll cast Magitech Claw. It's just going to be a tank buster that you'll just want to use a cooldown to help reduce the damage some. He'll then summon 2 Sky Armor reinforcements, which like the previous mech type units will tether themselves to one party member. So you'll want to just burn these down as they're not actually tankable. During this time, the Predator will also do a large line AoE that you'll just want to sidestep out of, along with targeting one party member to launch missiles at, so you'll want to move away from the rest of the group if you have the target above your head. He'll follow up with another Magitech Claw. And then summon 2 more Sky Armors, which again you'll just want to switch to and target down first. This time, when he targets party members to launch missiles at, he'll actually select 2 different people. Each of these will need significant healing as his ability does quite a bit of damage. He'll then follow up with another Magitech Claw, before marking 2 more units for prey that will have the missiles launched at them one more time. And then doing a final Magitech Ray. In the next area, once you activate the platform, you'll begin moving around the area with additional adds coming through each of the conveyor belts. The first one will just have a group of Magitech slashers that you'll just want to pick up an AoE down. The next one will have a singular adamantite claw. The claws have cone AoEs that you'll just want to keep them faced away from the group. Once it moves back to the center of the platform, then it'll summon 3 Magitech Colossuses. These have the typical Iron Giant based abilities, so you'll want to watch out for cone AoEs, along with line AoEs that they can throw at random party members. The line AoEs from these ones are quite large, so you'll want to quickly move out of this. The next group will then be an Adamantite Claw combined with multiple Magitech Slashers, so you're just picking them up and AoE them down, while turning the Claw away from the rest of the group. The next platform will have 2 Adamantite Claws, along with a group of Slashers. It'll then bring you to the final platform in the middle where you'll fight 3 Vanguards. These each can cast a Needle Burst, which will just do party-wide damage, along with having cone AoEs that you'll just want to sidestep out of. For the second boss, whenever it begins casting Launcher, this is just going to do damage to the entire party. It'll then cast Dynamic Sensory Jammer. During this time, you'll want to stop moving, stop attacking, and just stand completely still. If you move or attack during this time, then you will be hit with a large AoE. And then cast Diffractive Laser on a random party member, which will just do a circular AoE at their current location that you'll want to move out of. Followed by a Magitech Bit. This is going to summon multiple Magitech Bits onto the platform that will then launch AoEs across that you'll need to move out of. During this time, he'll also cast another Diffractive Laser, so you'll want to move out of the circular AoE that this puts on a random party member, before casting Launcher again for party-wide damage, and then doing another Dynamic Sensory Jammer. To follow up with another Launcher for party-wide damage. Before casting Distress Beacon. This will summon multiple Magitech Slashers onto the platform that you'll just pick up an AoE down. The boss will still be targetable at this time, so you'll want to make sure that you're tanking on top of the boss, so all of the AoEs are also damaging it. Moving into the next group, the Magitech Reaper will have a circular AoE it'll throw out at a random party member, along with there being just a constant barrage of circular AoEs that will be dropping on all party members that you'll need to move out of. Once all of these units are dead, there will be another identification key that will drop. The ads in this section do have a few cone AoEs along with small line AoEs, so you'll want to just quickly move out of these. And then this will bring you to the final boss. Again, spoiler warnings for the Final Fantasy XIV storyline, if that interests you. Whenever the boss casts Beak of the Griffin, this is going to do party-wide damage, which you'll need to heal through. When you cast Flash Power, you'll want to look away from the boss, otherwise you will be stunned, and also reduce the accuracy of all of your abilities. This debuff can be cleansed with Esuna though. After this happens, he'll jump to one side of the platform and do a large AoE across the platform, so you just want to get behind him at this time, and then cast Claw of the Griffin on the tank. It begins casting Lion's Head, so cause multiple swords to fall from the sky, each doing a bit of AoE damage to the entire party when they land. You'll want to move towards the center of the platform, and after the eruption happens, switch all damage to the Blade of the Griffin in the middle, and finish killing it before it finishes casting Corrosion. During this time, the boss will also cast Flash Powder, so make sure that you look away from him. And then target one party member and cast Big Boot, which is going to kick them away from the rest of the group into the AoEs. So you'll then just want to quickly reposition back into the middle. He'll then jump to one side, casting Sanguine Blade one more time, so you'll just quickly move behind him. When he targets one party member and casts Restraint Collar, then you'll want to switch all damage over to the Restraint Collar and finish killing it before it finishes casting Restraint Collar, otherwise it will immediately kill the person it is on. The next time he jumps around to cast Sanguine Blade, he'll first do a juke to one side and then jump to the opposite side, so you'll want to move towards his second positioning. After this, he'll cast another Beak of the Griffin for AoE damage, followed by a Claw of the Griffin on the tank, and if he's still not dead at this time, he'll follow up with another Lion's Head. But this should be it for Baelsar's Wall. I hope this helped everyone out, and if it did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next one.